Hello everybody, Corey here. In this video we will just do a daily roundup of the single stock ETF YieldMax tickers. Just a reminder that I am not a licensed investment or financial advisor. I just gather the data and present it to you so you can use that information to make your own decisions and opinions with everything else that you already know or you research. And just a reminder that YieldMax ETFs can be very risky, and these are more for income versus growth. But you can find on their website a definition of all these different risks for the YieldMax ETFs. Sorry, that threw me off. Didn't even know that there's a date there. Alright, yeah, I don't know how this date got here. I just went back and looked at my original sheet, and it's just supposed to say YM there. So I don't even know how that got there. Threw me off there for a second. Okay, so today's Thursday, so they're already starting to make some movements on these ETFs. Now, I was looking at Google. They probably wish they'd have done more than what they did on that one now, but a little too late. But I know we're not getting into the details of that here. So we can see we have a few trades, but we have AIYY bringing in 8,400. We have AMDY paying out $27.5 million to roll the synthetic position. If I remember correctly, it's the same expiration date, just a different price. A different strike price. But anyway, AMZ bringing in 197,000, Coney 1.49 million, Dizzo 89,000, Phoebe 1.1 million, GUI 140,000, Misty paid out 89,000, NVIDIA brought in $1 million, and Zomo paid out 1,100. So that's just a roll-up of the trades. And then we have here all the net assets and outstanding shares for all of these. If you would like to take a screenshot or pause the video and look at those. Same thing here with the current stock price with the NAV and then the difference between those. If you would like to see that, you can pause your screenshot here. And then we're going to get into the stock prices today. Well, let's see while we're down here. So the S&P and the NASDAQ were down roughly 0.5% there. If we look up here, we have AIYY down 7 cents today. AMD was up 18 cents. AMZ down 37. Apple down 1. Coney up 6. Dizzo down 8. Phoebe down $2.10 or 10%. GUI down 28 cents, JPMO down 10, Murni down 10, MSFO down 41, Misty down 41. Nefli was up 30 cents, NVIDIA was up 80 cents, OART down 9, PayPay down 9, Squee down 20, Tesla was up 49 cents, and Zomo down 3. And then we have the fund of funds at the bottom. We have, which I didn't think about it, but I guess I should add YBit to this. Let's just put something in there to remind me. Hopefully I'll see that. But YMAG was down 30 cents, YMAX down 10 cents, and Ulti was up 5 cents. Of course, we already saw the biggest loser was Phoebe at negative 10%. And then we have a couple of negative 2%, AMZ and GUI and MSFO. As far as our greens here, we have a couple of positive 3s, which was NVIDIA and Tesla. We'll move on to the underlying here. You can see here the IV for all of these, and if we were trying to estimate the distribution based off of the IV, you can see that data in column V. Then we have yesterday's close and today's close. If you would like to pause this or screenshot this, feel free to do so here. But I am going to reduce that just so we can get to the percentages here. If we're looking at just those underlyings, the differences between well, let's just look at the underlying. Meta was down 11%, so sort of in line with Phoebe, a little bit worse. And then we have several negative 1 or 2%, 1 or 2%. As far as positives go, we have Nvidia was up 4% and Tesla was up 5%. If we look at the differences between these, see, Apple did 1% better than Apple. Coney, Dizzo, and Phoebe did 1% better than their underlying. JPM did better than JPMO, and then by 1%. And then Murney, MSFO, and Misty did 1% better than their underlying, along with PayPay and Squee. And then Tesla did 2% better than Tesla here. And then one thing I didn't do at the bottom, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if I have formulas. I do. Oh, so if we had 7, then this would be 12. So we had 12 of the YieldMax ETFs did better. And then for the underlying, we had 7 that did better. So in case you're not looking at the screen, the ones that did, the underlying that did better than the YieldMax ETFs was AMD, Apple, JP Morgan, Nvidia, ARK, and Tesla, and Exxon. If we move on here, let me know if you're having an issue seeing this, because I just had somebody watch the Ulti video when I was doing the daily video, and of course it wasn't zoomed out as much as this, and I guess they were having problems seeing the screen, and they were asking me to zoom in. So let me know, y'all. I haven't had any issues since we've been doing these like this, so just let me know if anybody else is having any issues. But here for our days to recovery of the dividend, Murney's still up. GUI here. Well, we don't even have to worry about this one because it skyrocketed after hours to earnings. I don't know. We went from like 150 something to 180. Of course, I don't know where we ended, and I don't know how tomorrow's going to play out. Actually, it reminds me, I just realized I forgot to bring Moo up when I did the Ulti video. Yeah, so Google closed today at 156, and they were up to 174 when they closed at 8 this evening. And GUI was up to 1855 this evening. Of course, we don't know how that'll play out in the morning. But anyway, a lot of things did great in the after hours this evening, so I don't know, we'll see if tomorrow is a positive day or not. But let's see, PayPay has recovered 57% of its last dividend. Tesla is now up, is covered 50% of its last div, and Zomo is at 3%. I know I don't know where we're at exactly, and I can't remember with all these tabs and all these new things I've been trying to work on that I don't ever get finished. I can't remember which one of these. Oh, I guess it's just down here. So we have 22 days total for the pay period, and we've completed 17. Is that right? Yeah, I guess so, because May 2nd. Wow. Did did time just fly? Yeah, so May 2nd is next Thursday. I didn't realize that we were already so close to the ex-dividend date. Well, that sucks for me. But, alright. Anyway, I really need to finish this calendar. I start a calendar to get myself straight, and then I forget to finish. I haven't finished it, and then I forget to actually look at it. All right, so yeah, I don't know. Unless tomorrow goes green and we stay green through this next week. Some of these, may not recover from their dividend. But anyway, so we're going to move on here, and we're going to look at our strike prices here. So in column AK, it's the number of short calls that we have here. And then in AL, this is just the maximum, the very max strike price that we have for all of the short calls within each ETF. I'm just going to scoot this over so I can zoom in just in case. But we can see here only one of them is actually, I think yesterday I thought we had 3, but today, well, it was a red day, but then today we only have one of them over their max strike price, which has been over it since last week, about when they put it on also. But JPM, or JPMO, the strike price for JPM is 185, and we're currently 5% over that strike price. Of course, so these are the short calls, and the majority of these do close tomorrow, and with the possibility of tomorrow being a red day, some of these are close. Like Dizzo, we're only $1.23 or 1% away from the strike price. PayPay, we're 1% away or 90 cents. Then we have a few 2% there. AMD, but shoot, that's still $3.74. Apley's 2% away at $2.61. Marnie's $1.82 away from its strike price. And then we have Zomo down there at $2.67 away from its strike prices. So those are just the 1 to 2% ranges there. And then just a reminder for those that don't know, in column AO and AP, that has to do with the market value of these to the share price. So if we look at the short call value or market value in column AO, that's roughly how the short calls here are affecting the ETF's share price. And then in AP, that's the percentage. So if we want to look, let's keep them in alphabetical order for you. But we can see, obviously, the biggest one here, it looks like negative 5.5%. JPMO, the stock price is down roughly $1.09 or 5.4% due to being over the short call strike prices there. And then we have Marnie here. The stock price is down 79 cents due to the short call, which is roughly 4%, and then GUI is down 35 cents due to its short calls, which is roughly 2%. If we do the same thing and we look at our synthetics here, which is interesting because this says that there's 2 synthetics, but I only have 1 listed there, which I don't know why there would be 2. Let's look here. Oh, I know why. Alright. All right. So, AIYY has one, but it also has two. So I didn't catch this before, but because I saw that say two, it looks like they made a typo today on the trades, which then, of course, the custodians just added it to the holdings the way it was. But usually, as you can see here, all the puts have 1 cent behind it. But for some reason, the put on today's trades did not have 1 cent behind it. Therefore, it's logged on two separate lines, which is why this is counting two, because it's counting two puts, because technically they're 1 cent off. And then the reason the other one didn't end up showing up actually up on here, it's because the stuff is jacked up and out of order and everything, due to that issue happening and the sorting and whatever. But so really, yeah, there's one. But the we can see here that our stock price is actually above the what is this? So those were our short calls. So these are synthetics. We are above the synthetic position price by 15 cents or 1%, and therefore is having a positive effect. It's bringing the stock itself up 9 cents or 0.8% there. And that just give you an example of how to read the rest of these. If you recall, AMDY was like negative, I don't know, 25 or something percent. Well, today they sold out of them, hence the negative, what was it, 28 or something $1 million from this one. So I guess this stock price is possibly not going to recover, but we will see. Let's look and see if we have any big ones. We have 18% there. So Phoebe, obviously, that just happened. The stock price is down 18% or $3.50, due to us being so far underneath those synthetic positions that do expire in a couple of weeks. And then we have Colony being down 15% or almost 16, which is causing the stock price to be down down $3.80, and then so on. So you can see all that data here. So if I go back here, if you want to see here with all the strike prices, how much we're over dollar wise and percentage wise, we have that here, and then here's where we have how it affects the stock price and the percentage of the stock price. I won't go through each one of them, but that information is there for you to see. But anyway, I hope y'all got something out of this data. I know it keeps growing with the data. I keep adding to it. But anyway, I hope y'all have a great day tomorrow, and I will go to actually do the trades and holdings. Just know it will be a little bit longer video because we did have quite a bit of trades. Of course, we're going to have a whole lot more tomorrow, and then I'll have to figure out how I'm going to work in videos over the weekend as my mom is coming up from Tennessee. But anyway, hopefully y'all will have a great Friday tomorrow. Talk to y'all later. Bye.